Hello. Okay, welcome back, guys. Alright. We are ready to build this also. Welcome back. Written Wisely, Acton, Speedball Haro, Toasted Soup, Blaze, CJ. Hey guys. Alright, this one I'll surely be able to build within 30 minutes as well. But let's get right into it. I gotta say, really like the colors of this kit just straight out the box. The darker color is maybe a little bit too dark, but the light purplish blue color here does look really quite nice. And also the yellow and the gray parts for like the joints and stuff is a really nice shade of gray as well. It's kind of light colored but kind of warm gray. It's quite nice actually. And the yellow is a nice color on here as well. Anyway, it's nice colors and a good combination of colors too for this kit. So even if one were to not paint the kit, I think it's going to be one that's going to look probably really nice just straight out the box as it is. LMJFMZJBSB said this is one of my favorite looking 30-minute missions kits for sure. Yes, I can agree. It's definitely a very unique design with the marine type parts. Gives it a really unique look, which I can appreciate, and very cool. Yeah. So I'd be interested to know more about the inner workings of Bandai's design team for these kits, because it seemed like for like the first couple of releases they were just kind of going with maybe what was just a little bit more safe, kind of, I guess. Just the original Alto and Portanova designs, you know, are basically just kind of different versions of the Zaku and Jim. Sort of. I mean, there wasn't really anything too outlandish about the designs. But seems like then with some of the later ones, they're getting a little bit more creative with it, a little bit more interesting with some of the designs, like especially the designs for the Portanova. The space type is pretty wild with this crazy legs, and this one as well is also pretty interesting with the marine parts for it. See, Rampager asked, do you think they will release alternate versions of the specialist 30-minute missions kits like the Space Alto, Porta Ground, Marine Alto, Fly Porta? Probably not. They probably will just all sell this stuff, you know, just as they have been separately, and if you want to build one of those, you'll just have to buy the kits and then just kit bash them, which is easy enough, and the kits are relatively cheap, so I think Bandai's probably not too worried about making that sort of stuff available as standalone kits. They figure you can just buy this kit separately and make it yourself without too much issue. Acton said, what was that? I missed it. What kit do you recommend? I'm new to Gunpla. Check out my video. I did a video on this topic. What was the name of the I suddenly don't remember what was the name of my video about that, though. It was how to choose the right Gunpla for you or something like that. I did talking about how to choose the Gunpla for if you're not sure what to build, or if you're new, or just whatever the case might be, whatever the reason you're asking the question of what kit should I build, whether it's because you're new or just you're just looking for recommendations. My advice in that video should still stand either way, no matter what your reasoning is for asking the question. So check that out, and hopefully that should help answer your question. We'd be picking up the RG Impulse. Also, what are your thoughts on the HGC Messer? The Messer I'm certainly looking forward to. The Impulse, I don't think I'll build that one, at least at this time. The Impulse, RG Impulse is basically going to be like the same thing of why I didn't build the HGC Destiny, or not the HGC Destiny when that kit came out, the new kind of revived Destiny kit. It's just because I'm sure it's going to be a good kit, and you guys don't need me to review it to tell you that it's going to be a good kit. And I'm not really that interested in it myself personally, in the design. So, I think I'm better off using my time to work on other stuff that I'm more interested to share with you guys. If that makes sense. That was why I didn't bother with the Destiny at first, and only got it later when I wanted to, like when I had an idea for a custom project that I wanted to do with it. Which is actually kind of up in the air, because I had another idea of something that I wanted to do with that, which I actually really like as well, so I don't know. I may do a different idea first and then have to come back and do the other SD Sangokuden kit bash idea maybe later. We'll see. Either way, it's not a kit that, I mean, I've got other projects lined up to work on first, so it would be a little bit, yeah, before I'm working on the Destiny in any way, shape, or form. I saw you had snapped up the PG Banshee a while back. Any tips for building the kit? Wesley Fish, tips for the Banshee? No, not really. Just have in mind from the start that it's a very heavy kit, and the Armed Armor DE shield is especially heavy, and there's not really a whole lot that you can do with that, unfortunately. It looks cool, looks great, but unfortunately we, number one, don't have any LEDs. The LED set doesn't go into the shield, which is kind of unfortunate. Kind of wish that it would have been cool, so it kind of missed opportunity on Bandai's part. But you can get, I've seen some like Chinese bootleg company that makes an LED set that includes LEDs for the Armed Armor DE shield as well, I think, if I remember correctly. Because they made that for the Phoenix, but you can use it for the Banshee Norn too, I believe. Anyway, the other thing about the shield is just that it's just so heavy that you can't really do anything with it, unfortunately. So, just have that in mind. Just be aware of that ahead of time so you're not feeling too disappointed later. Let's see, I put the face mask part over here. There it is. We also have this part in here as well. There you go. Love that the, like, goggles scuba look for the face. Very cool. Zach, who's your favorite mechanical artist? Aha. Fatty wants a cookie. It's a good question. I don't really know, because I don't really pay that much attention to that kind of stuff, actually, to be honest. Like, I want to say just probably Katoki, because I mean, like, I do love Katoki's works, but also, I mean, that's just the fact that I don't really know, especially know by name, too many other mechanical designers. But I mean, like, at least of the ones that I know that I could name, I certainly do like the works of Kotoki, so that's something, I guess. How many projects do you have going right now? Well, Patrick, that depends on how you would define the projects. Like, there's some projects that I still have unfinished, but like I haven't worked on them for months and months like that. So if you will still count those as like active works in progress, even though I haven't worked on them in a long time, then in that case, it would be like probably a dozen or more like works in progress that I've started and not yet finished that I just have like sitting around here. But of like active works in progress right now that I'm like actually working on, 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5, yeah, like kind of active works in progress. The RG Sazabi is almost done. The other HG kit that I'm working on, an HG Tri-Burning Gundam for a commission as well, and that's kind of almost done as well. In the final stages of that as well. Anyway, so both of those should be done pretty soon. And another kit, which is a Mecha Collection Macross Delta kit. It's just a little spaceship kit. That one should also be done pretty soon. It's not in quite yet the final stages, but it's also a very simple kit, so I mean, it doesn't take a ton of time. But also working on that, and actually have my couple of custom Nachin projects that I started, and I need to get around to finishing those as well. Now that the Nachin contest is long done, I still haven't finished my own personal Nachin custom projects that I was working on. And also, aside from all that, just a few days ago I started another work in progress because it was just something that I've been looking at. It's been like just sitting here for a while. I've really been wanting to work on it, so I just went ahead and just started working on it. Was the Galaga fighter from Wave. It's a kit of the Galaga fighter spaceship from the Galaga video game made by Wave. So yeah. Gluttonaria said, hope you have a nice day, and do you happen to have any advice on modifications when it comes to using parts from one kit to another kit, do's and don'ts? Not really. I mean, just plan it out. And I mean, my only advice for doing modifications on stuff would basically just be to not get too far ahead of yourself. I mean, surely take your time to make sure you've learned the basics really well of like painting and seam line removal and all that stuff. Just because even if you're successful in the modifications that you want to make, if you still are not if you're not able to paint the kit really well because you haven't developed your painting skills, then all your modifications going to be kind of for nothing if it's not painted well, right? So that would be my advice for you and anyone. Yeah, those tanks are so cool. It's a really cool addition for this kit. All right, we have some other option parts here. CJ Go asked, how many 1/100 scale kits do you have? I don't know offhand, but surely a lot. another person saying that this one is their favorite, so it seems like a lot of you guys are also fans of this kit, as am I. Oh, that's cool. Actually didn't really realize this about this design, but you can see here on this part, you plug on the gray part onto this, there's a little bit of like a gap there between the yellow part and the gray part. Anyway, it's just a cool design detail there for that, actually. I like that. And let's see. These will just plug onto the side of here. And then this will just plug straight onto the front of the crotch like that. Very cool. Simple enough. And these plug up onto the side of the shoulders. Alright, cool deal. And these are knee replacement parts, right? Knee replacement, like it's a surgery or something. Give you some little fins there on the knee. It's interesting. There you go. And these other parts, let's see. To build the, it's not a trident, is it? It's a bident? How would you call that? No, it's not a pitchfork either. It's a sort of lance harpoon kind of weapon anyway. You know, don't like this. It seems like a lot of these 30-minute mission kits, unfortunately, use like, they have like different segments of a weapon, and usually it's for like long weapons, unfortunately, where it just plugs in with this little kind of square tab that plugs them in together, and that can very easily be weak. So just a little bit worried about that. That these plug in that way. But there's that, and so see, these parts, these are optional parts for the backpack, right? And this is for connecting this onto the side of the arm, like that. Ah. Oh no, those are for the feet, right. Of course. Yes. Do you ever compete with Child of Mecha with USA Gundam sales? No. What do you mean? I don't really get the premise of the question. Compete? I don't. How would we compete? What 30 minutes mission kit do you like the most so far? That's a tough one to answer, actually. Which kit do I like the most so far? Because of these that I've built, like, certainly just the regular Alto kit that was the first one that I built months ago is certainly my least favorite. Just because it's so plain in comparison now. But yeah, I don't know, among the flight type, space type, ground type, marine type kits here that we built over the past couple days, it's hard to say which one would be actually my favorite. I would have to, I don't know, I'd have to put them up next to each other and kind of really think about it, but I saw that Tim also promotes the USA Gundam Store. I believe that you both do GBWC, so I thought you knew each other. Well, I mean, yeah, Tim and I both know each other. We've been friends for a few years now and been hosting Gunpla Talk together. I mean, so yeah, we know each other very well. And yes, we both do support USA Gundam Store. I work for USA Gundam Store now, and Tim does business with USA Gundam Store as well with his decals and everything, and just kind of generally likes to support USA Gundam Store too, because he's also friends with Adam, the owner, and has worked together on different things. So yeah, but there's nothing for us to compete over, though. I mean, yeah. Okay. Oh, the sticker is kind of big to fit here, but oh well. Just want to see what this largest font of stickers looks like on here. Give it a massive 420 on the backpack here. There, how's that? In a way, it sort of looks like it's just saying H2O. I mean, if you don't look at it too closely, and so it kind of like sort of makes sense. Well, there you go. It's like you got a big tank of gas. There's blowing gas. And yeah, I think that'll do it for that. I don't think we need to put another one, but maybe just the white stickers on the chest or something, but I don't know. I think that's enough anyway. It'd be like a nice little hidden gem. So yeah, this should then just plug onto here like that. I guess we could maybe change the position of that a little bit. That is maybe better? I don't know. Anyway, it's okay. But yeah, there he is. There's the marine time. Marine type. I was reading, someone said was type weed time in the chat, so I was reading that at the same time I was speaking, and marine type came out marine time. Anyway, yeah, very cool. And like 20 minutes, 22, 23 minutes maybe for that one. Getting faster, so that means the next one I have to try to build within 20 minutes. I'm sure I could, probably, if I'm not like worried about checking the chat and talking to you guys at the same time, but yeah, very quick. And again, that's not including the time for cutting out the parts and then all the nubs and stuff like that, just the snapping together of the kit. But very cool. Alright, so I need to work on all the reviews for all this stuff and all the option parts sets and stuff like that. So I've got all the option parts here that I'm working on putting all that stuff together as well, and just a lot of reviews for this stuff to work on, and then we'll work on some cool custom stuff for this as well. So that's it for the 30-minute missions live stream builds for now, and so there won't be any live stream build tomorrow, there will be next week. And I'm not sure at the moment what will be first. Possibly the Master Grade Blast Impulse Gundam. I've got that kind of almost ready, prepared to live build, so maybe we'll finish preparing that, and that will maybe be what we'll live build on Monday. If not Monday, then maybe Tuesday or something. Anyway, but early next week, I'll get back to streaming. Just make sure you follow me around on social media, and I'll let you guys know what that's going to be. Mafiuyu said, you know the 30 minutes are cutting out the parts and snapping the kit together without any cleanups. Yes, I guess so. I guess you mean that's what Bandai means when they say it takes 30 minutes to build them, that just snapping out the parts and putting it together? Yeah, you could probably do that in 30 minutes. You'd be cutting it pretty close. You have to include, I mean, you think cutting out the parts doesn't take that much time, but it takes a few minutes anyway. Even if you're not going to do any nub cleanup, just cutting the parts out. So, anyway, that's it for today, guys. I'll see you next week for some more streaming. And in the meantime, got a couple other reviews and work in progress videos to share with you on some different other things that I'm working on. So, yeah. Have a good weekend, guys. Stay safe, and I'll see you later. Goodbye. Bye.